Jeremy, thank you for joining me on GV Talks.
No worries, man. Thanks for having me.
I make a specific point not to consume caffeine before a podcast because I'm a bit worried that I'll get too riled up. But you've bought me in a coffee, so
Extra large too. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Let's start by telling the Shepparton people who they're listening to.
So my name's Jeremy. I'm a dad of two. That's pretty much me. I love exercise, love fitness. I can't really describe, I'm sure other people can describe me probably maybe a little bit more, but I'm just a dad man. I just like to get it done. Someone who likes to work hard, show their kids what they can be, hopefully. I'm just a dad. That's all I see myself as.
Did you always want to be a dad?
I will say, I think when I was younger, I could not see myself having kids. Not at all. Like, I just used to, any chance I could have to party, I would be doing that. I was definitely the last kid that my dad thought they would have kids. No one in my family would have thought that I would be having kids. And I'm the first one. So,
It's weird. I grew up, me and my best friend grew up and we have the exact same story growing up.
yeah,
I always wanted business.
yeah,
But he always wanted family.
yeah,
And he got that at a young age, 21.
yeah,
And he's so happy, man. And it just seems surreal to me because I'm that guy.
yeah,
I'm that guy who, if you ask, do you want to have kids? The
Yeah.
answer's always no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And that's what you just said.
yeah.
But it's just kind of like, how did it change from I'm the guy who's not going to have kids or I'm going to have kids later in life?
It wasn't really that I didn't want to have kids.
Yeah.
I just couldn't see myself having kids or anytime soon, like at least before I was 30.
Yeah.
And then when George and I got together, we just found a time that we just thought, well, if it happens, it happens. Like we're not gonna specifically try, but if it happened, it happened, and it happened. And it's seriously the best thing that's ever happened to me. They're the best. Like I couldn't. You just can't express or just you can't tell anyone that hasn't got kids how good it is until they have them. It's the best group. It's like the best gang that you could ever be in.
Do you feel like a team?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you feel like you don't love anything more than yourself until you have a kid?
Yeah. You can be with someone for 10 years or 5 years or 2 months and think you love them, but until you have kids, you just don't know what it is. It's the next level. It's completely different.
You're making it sound pretty good.
It's the best, man. It's the best. Like, even when they're young, like they just roll around and they just look at you. But until Jack's my oldest, until like he found his feet and he was walking and stuff, like he knew who I was. I would get home from work and he'd be at the window. It'd be the first thing I'd see when I pull in the driveway, and he'd just be yelling, "Daddy, Daddy," and just want me to play. And it's just crazy. It just melts you.
Yeah, it seems like one of the things you just have to experience.
Yeah.
To be able to, for me to be able to, like when you're saying it, I'm feeling warm. But
Yeah.
to actually experience it.
It's the next level. It just goes up more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met you through the gym, so you're a CrossFitter.
Yes.
And that's why I wanted to get you in, so we'll have a little bit of chat about that.
Yep.
Do you want to tell people what CrossFit is?
So CrossFit's constantly varied high intensity functional movements. It's a sport or a fitness regime that's based on movements that you do in everyday life. So like an air squat, you sit down on the couch, you stand up. That's a squat. It might go from carrying your groceries in from the car to your house. We call that a farmer's carry. Or even if you're picking your child up and you're putting him up onto the top bunk, or just stuff like that. We might call that a clean and jerk or a clean and press. So the movements that most of the movements that we do in CrossFit are functional movements that are going to help you keep your joints moving, keep you nice and healthy, I guess, for longer periods of time. That's pretty much, yeah, CrossFit is just, it's mainly functional movements that you're going to be doing for everyday life to keep you going. For elder people, the test for them doesn't sound very good, but before they go into a home, if it's called a burpee for us, but if they can't get up when they fall on the ground, that's how they decide. So you practice burpees for a long time. Hopefully when you're older, it prolongs that time where, all right, maybe I need some help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's movements that we incorporate in everyday life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what CrossFit is to you?
No way.
What is it to you?
To me, it's a lot. Like
It makes up part of your identity.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's definitely two Jeremys. There's one that doesn't work out and do CrossFit, and there's one that does CrossFit.
Yeah.
I think I prefer the one that gets to do CrossFit as much as he can. Not saying that the one that doesn't isn't a good bloke or anything like that, but you know yourself, once you release those endorphins, and if you don't get to release them, it's kind of you get this edge, and until you do get to release it, whether it's a 2-minute workout or a 5-minute workout or something like that, it definitely changes you. But CrossFit for me is like, it's changed me, and it will change me forever. Like it's opened a world not just for me but for my kids. They've been pretty much brought up in the gym, doing it, and like I definitely couldn't see myself not doing it anymore.
How did you get started?
So I was playing football, Shep East, and I noticed one of my mates that I got along quite well with. He was getting into good shape. He was getting really fit. He was running games out a lot easier than I was, and he was starting to look really good. And I was like, damn man, like what the hell are you doing? Like, are you just eating right? And he goes, oh, I'm doing that, but I'm doing CrossFit. So I was like, oh, what's CrossFit? Never heard of it before. He goes, go on Netflix, look up Fittest on Earth. There's 2 documentaries on there. So I went home that night, watched them both, and I was like, I've got to go in and try this. So I went in and tried it, and it was awesome, like unreal. I loved it straight away. It was probably the hardest. I wouldn't say it's the hardest workout I've done, but it was very tough. I could not physically touch my nose or have a drink of water without helping myself pick the cup up with my other hand and have a drink. I couldn't do it. Couldn't put my socks on, couldn't put my shoes on after that first workout. But since then, I pretty much haven't looked back.
Yeah, it is very tough. I did my first CrossFit workout in 2014. It was also my last one.
It is for most.
It was so bloody hard, man. It's just like, do you know what workout this is? We did 21 clean and press, 21 sumo deadlift to high pull.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what you guys call
sumo deadlift high pull.
Yep. Yeah. 21 box jumps, 400 meter run, and then we went down by 3s.
Yeah, okay.
And it just absolutely destroyed me, and I loved it too.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because I was in a similar boat. Like, I was just absolutely wrecked.
Yeah.
Endorphins were pumping.
Yeah.
And they took me to the room and gave me the sales pitch. And I think I just didn't have the money at the time.
Yeah.
I was this close to saying, let's go. And
yeah.
I reckon if I had done that, my path would have been completely different.
Yeah, 100%.
But I didn't. I got into just general gym instead. And that's the route I've taken.
Yeah.
But I love CrossFit, man.
Yeah.
And I love watching those CrossFit games. Like, they get you so
crazy.
pumped up. Just, even if you're not into working out, just watch them.
Yeah.
And then go do whatever you're putting off.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get you pumped up to do computer work, clean the house.
Anything. Yeah.
How do you think CrossFit is perceived by the public?
There's definitely a couple of ways everyone perceives it. One would definitely be injury riddled, movements that aren't performed correctly, like your butterfly pull-ups or muscle-ups or something like that, handstand push-ups. But I guess in every sport there's always an outlet where you can get injured no matter what you do. So I don't really look at that. I know a lot of other people definitely think that it's just full of injuries. If you're doing something incorrect, you're going to get injured. So that would be one. The other one would be probably last year, which CrossFit HQ actually fixed up, which they've done a really good job of, is it's perceived with when you would look up CrossFit, the word CrossFit, or you go on your social media like Instagram or Facebook and you type it in for someone that hadn't tried it, it would come up with all the beasts, like all the guys that are just lifting numbers through the roof, all the girls that are looking like guys, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing, or anything like that, but they're all beasts. And it's straight up, it just deters you. So what they did is completely erase that social media, and now they go away. They go about it in the sense of they put the beasts up still, but they put up their everyday CrossFitter, which I think's helped hugely. It's definitely helped. I think people who think they can't do it or they won't want to do it when they see these beasts, because it makes it hard. I think that's helped massively. It's definitely perceived in...
I feel like it's well accepted.
You reckon?
Now. I think
it's starting to get
6
there.
years ago,
Yeah.
when you brought it up, it was kind of like...
Yeah, it kind of still is. Like if you talk to people who are full, like they're into bodybuilding, and you bring up something that's a bit more high intensity than what they're doing, they're like, get the hell out of here. Don't even talk to me about it.
Yeah. It's because that's not what they believe.
Definitely.
Like, it's hard for anyone who's gone all in on something to entertain different ideas.
Yeah. Unless they've got an open mind.
Yeah. There's many ways up the mountain.
Yeah, definitely.
And you just got to find the way that suits you best. Yeah, but I feel like it's well accepted. Like, I feel like these kind of things that get a bad rap, they kind of move on pretty fast.
Yeah.
And especially with something like CrossFit, where I feel like they're doing all the best stuff.
Yeah.
Big compound lifts.
Yeah.
High intensity.
Yeah.
Like, it's open to all ages.
Any age.
All weights.
Yeah.
Who do you think should do CrossFit?
Anyone.
Everyone.
Anyone should try it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Anyone should try it, definitely. Whether like, obviously not everything's for you, but if you don't give it a go, you're not going to find out. And I'm so glad that I gave it a go. I think everyone should try it, even if you're struggling with injuries or something like that. Like, there's just so many different options that you can do in CrossFit. Like, if you can't, people walk into the gym and you see on the whiteboard, like, there might be handstand push-ups, and you're like, I can't do a handstand push-up. Look, what you expect me? Like, I can't even go upside down. All right, well, there's like 5 different options to get the same effect of doing a handstand push-up. You can go on a plyo box and do. You can do the same movement upside down, going down, pressing out through your head. If you can't do that, or we can get a barbell, you can do strict press above your head. Mm-hmm. If you can't do that, or we get something lighter. If you can't even do that, well, we might get a resistance band. We'll stand in the band and we'll press above our head. You're still going to get the same effect. Obviously, it's a lot easier.
But not necessarily easier for the person who's doing it.
That's right. You're still going to get the same result. And then in the long run, you're going to be able to move up to those stages that are harder and harder. So I just think that when people see those things on the board, they think they can't do it.
Can you tell me the difference between going to a normal gym and doing movements yourself and doing CrossFit is?
As in, like, going to a CrossFit gym or going to a...
Yeah, like, so you could make a lot of those progressions at a normal gym.
Yeah.
So how is it different?
I think you've got a lot of different machines when you walk into an everyday gym, which you can attack different muscle groups, obviously. But when you go into a CrossFit gym and you want to learn that movement, or you're trying to progress in a certain movement, the way that I believe that we go about it probably sounds a bit weird when I say we, but is a little bit different, I think, because we do a lot of body weight movements. We don't we don't have all those fancy machines and that sort of stuff. Like, we are the machine.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of body weight stuff to progress up to that movement, rather than going to a machine and trying to work our way up with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I think I think it's better. It's a lot harder. It takes probably a lot longer.
Yeah.
But in the long run, I think to learn how to do it that way, then you learn how to move your own body weight. that's awesome. Like, I think that's pretty cool. You can do pull-ups rather than doing like a lat pull down. You know what I mean? You might start off with ring rows, but you're still moving your body weight rather than lat pull down to you 20 kilos or 10 kilos, or I'm not sure how it really works, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%. That would especially help with what we're going through right now.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are lost
Yeah.
without the gym.
Yeah.
Because they like using the machines.
Yes.
Where people who have gone down the CrossFit route, they've got a gym wherever they go.
Wherever we go. Yeah, definitely. And I think that because of what's happened with COVID, a lot more people are looking at CrossFit. I definitely think that, because our movements we don't need a machine.
Yes.
So you can get an unreal workout with just body weight.
Yeah, and a bar, like if you had that and a barbell.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I was telling people, like, you don't need all this stuff. Like,
no.
Trust me, you can get a proper workout in with not as much as what you think you need.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you want to fill in the gaps for me? So you've done your first CrossFit workout.
Yeah.
To get fitter at football.
Yeah.
And then what's happened?
I stopped playing football. I didn't enjoy it as much. I found that in the CrossFit gym, a lot of people call it a box. I just call it a gym. It was more than what you would get at a football club to me. So you go and play football, you're with your mates, there's a lot of camaraderie, everyone gets around each other, but then there's a lot of politics. And I just was so sick of it. Like, I was just over it. Went into the CrossFit gym, there was everything but the politics. Like, everyone got around you, no matter if you were the best in the class or if you were the beginner, you're doing your first session. I just fell in love with it. I couldn't get enough of it. So I stopped playing footy and I just stuck to CrossFit. I played footy for probably a month after joining, and I was finding myself, instead of going to football training on the Tuesday and Thursday, I would either do a session at the gym and then get to training if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Or I was training at the gym before a game on a Saturday. And I just thought, if I'm missing out on trainings and blokes are missing out on games, but I'm still playing, that's not really fair. And I was enjoying the gym a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been on CrossFit for?
2.5 years-ish. Yeah, so really? Coming up 3 years in February, I think, next year. Yeah. So not for very long. Not for very long, considering like some people start in their teens or as a kid.
And you feel like you kind of knew straight away. This is what you feel like you should be doing.
Yeah, 100%. I just knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely something like I've done like bodybuilding style when I was younger. I liked it, but when I went back to the PT to say I need a different program, they changed it up and made I went from just your normal movements, and then they added high intensity into it. I like that a bit more, but I didn't realize what it was. If I knew then, it would be a lot different. But yeah, I just knew.
And the times where you're struggling, like, I'm sure there was periods where you're like, fuck this, I'm over this.
Yeah.
CrossFit is great at building a team environment.
Yeah.
Like, you would have felt like you were letting your fellow CrossFit members down.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
That is really cool. Yeah. And it's like when you do a comp as well and you're in that team, the last thing you want to do is let that team member down.
I remember when you were getting ready for the comp with Luke McCluskey.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How did you guys go?
We came 5th, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely did not think we were going to come in the top 5 at all. We were up against some pretty good guys that are like a clean and jerk on 150 kilos, and other guys that have been to regionals. So that's pretty good, like, effort for them. And you've just got 2 everyday guys that love doing CrossFit and hurting, going into this comp. And I personally, I was like, there's no way we're going to get anywhere near anything here. Like, we're just going to get smoked. We actually went pretty good. I think we won we won one event, and then we just held our own in the others.
Which event did you win? What was the workout?
The 200 kilo deadlift.
Yeah.
I think it was 600 meter run, 50 deadlifts, partner deadlifts at 200 kilos, 30 dumbbell snatches at 22.5, and 20 bar face and burpees. And yeah, we just held on. It was probably the only one I didn't want to do. The only workout I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you done many comps?
Yeah, so I've probably done 5 or 6.
Are they? Why is that? From the outside, the emphasis seems team comps. Groups.
Here in Victoria, there's more team comps than there is individual comps, only because it's just so far apart from, like, you've got a lot of CrossFit gyms down in Melbourne, but then you come up to Shep, right, there's 2 in Shep, the next closest you probably go to, there was one in Echuca, and then you got Bendigo. So I think, like, other states, they do a lot more individual events, comps, but in Victoria, from what I've heard, there's just a lot more team related events just to get the people in, because it's a lot harder, like, to get individuals to get ready and go. I just think they find team events down here a little bit easier, just with being so far apart from the next CrossFit gym.
Yeah, I like the idea of a team event, especially if it's your first competition, because it can be a bit daunting.
Yeah, big time.
If you're going into a competition, you've never done anything like that before.
Yeah.
But
you do the movements in the gym.
Yeah.
It's just like next level.
Yeah. Well, I went to a powerlifting comp twice, and prior to going, I didn't compete.
Yeah.
I was helping someone out. Prior to going, I thought this is going to be a competition. Like, people are going to be like arky, and they're not going to be in a good mood.
Not talk to anyone else beside them.
It was not like that at all, and it was the coolest thing ever. Didn't matter what you were lifting, didn't matter who you were. Every single person in that room cheered for you.
Yeah.
And nobody was even keeping track.
Yeah.
Of who was winning.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Somebody was, but I didn't. Yeah. I wasn't looking at that board. I was just watching the lifts, thinking, "This is unreal." Is that what the competition's like, or is it a bit more competitive?
When that clock counts down 3, 2, 1, and that buzzer goes, it's on like you would not believe.
Yeah.
But as soon as that buzzer stops, it's like we're all best mates. Everyone gets around each other. Everyone's around high-fiving. It's completely different. Like, if you're in the crowd, like, you're cheering for everyone, even if the events are 1 RM clean. If you're cleaning 60 kilos and that's a PB for you, that's unbelievable. And in the same heat, a guy could be cleaning 120. And that's a PB. They're all going crazy for him too. So it's definitely like everyone gets around each other. If you're the last one to finish the workout, like, you got everyone, including the people that you were just competing against in the same heat, in your lane, telling you to go.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much the same. Yeah.
That's great. So cool. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your mindset when you're training? Like, I've seen you train, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.
I love intensity, man.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're like fucking doing a marathon or lifting a 1 rep max. Like, if you're going for it, I can appreciate that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And you're always going for it.
Yeah. I'm trying.
What's going through your head?
Sometimes I just think of what I've got to do, in the sense of I always go in with a game plan. So I might be just thinking about the reps that I've got to complete until I have a break or hold on for a certain amount of time. So it can get pretty technical, especially like if you're trying to, you want to go hard, so you want to always progress. So you're always trying to hold on for those couple of extra reps. So you're always trying to challenge yourself that way. But a lot of times I just find myself thinking about the 3 people that are in my house. Thinking about my family, just getting me through. The reason why I do it, one of the reasons why I do it, I might go and train for half an hour or an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. So I'm missing that time with my family. So I'm thinking about them while I'm working out. All right, let's get in, get it done. I'm doing it not just for me, but I'm doing it to show them that they can do anything. So
Like you want to be a great example for your kids.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like you're saying.
yeah, I want to, if they love something, go hard. Yeah, be 110% in. Like, get in there and do it. Like, if you want to do it, you do it.
How cool is it going to be when your son is a young adult and he looks back on your Instagram page and you're just sitting there, you're just sitting there working your ass off. He's like, "Whoa, that's my dad!" Like, there's gonna be some weird animosity. He's like, "I'm gonna train harder than my dad."
Yeah,
and
for sure.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
that's just gonna be better for everyone.
Yeah, I think so. So that goes through my head. What gets me through as well is I always think of, if I'm not thinking of that, I'm thinking of two people that I used to train with. And I'm thinking, if I'm not on that barbell, they're probably on that barbell, so let's go. Or if I'm resting and I'm not doing my pull-ups, I'm thinking, they're doing their pull-ups, why am I stopping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like competition is almost a bad word sometimes, but I love that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you're jealous, it's like you're trying to emulate greatness.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they're doing it, like, I want to do that too, which is helping you rise with them.
Yeah, that's right.
But like a lot of people view that negatively, I find.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a competition between you and
old
mate, but I don't think competition's bad. I think that's going to bring out the best in both of you.
It does. Yeah, definitely, for sure. I think I don't see it as a bad way. Like, I just think of it as I want to better myself, and to get better, you got to push past that threshold. So if I'm resting on a set of 21 at 15, well, I think, they're not resting on that set of 21.
Yeah.
So I'm going to push harder for those extra reps. It's mentally it's going to be harder, but physically at the end of the day, it's going to make me better for tomorrow. That's what I'm trying to do.
Do you do do you listen to any music? Do you break down the numbers in your head?
Before I work out, or while I'm working out?
While you're working out, like, let's say I'm doing a set of 10.
Yeah.
Or a set of 20, probably an easier example. I'll count 10 and then I'll count from 10 backwards.
So music, I just put anything on.
Okay.
Lately, I've been listening to a lot of 70s and 80s, just the old rock, that sort of stuff. Half the time, I put the music on, I don't really hear it while I'm working out. I might hear like a couple of words or a beat if I'm going from one movement to another, or I come down for a rest. But with the numbers, I get my workouts in the morning. So if I don't work out before I go to work, I spend all day crunching them numbers, seeing when going through all the different ways that I could do that workout. 21, 15, 9, for example, I always try to, for the set of 21, if I'm going to break, I'm going to break at 15, because then when I go into the next set of 15, I know I can do the 15 reps.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing that a lot of the time during the day. I don't really think about by the time I get to the workout, I know what I'm doing. I know when I'm going to rest. I know when I'm going to push or hold on. So I definitely try not to think about that when I'm working out. I just know when I've got to do it and what I've got to do. But it gets pretty hard. Doing the numbers, like when you're under fatigued and your heart's like beating out your chest, it's probably the last thing you want to be doing, and trying to add up some numbers in your head. How many reps have I done? Or so if I normally stick to that game plan. Try to. Like, there's a lot of times it doesn't work out and you're like, damn, I've got to rest. I might get 4 reps in. I'm like, what am I doing? So I've got to come down, and then my whole game plan's gone. So that's when you go back to that other one that you thought of. Yeah.
How long are the workouts usually?
They range.
Because you do a lot. You do a little bit more frequency and shorter workouts.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Yeah. So lately I've been doing some sprint workouts. I had one yesterday that was just hold on and go. That was 21, 15, 9 bike calorie on the bike and bar facing burpees. So I just knew that was going to be quick. So I think that was under a 5-minute workout. Then they can go up 40 minutes. They just range depending on the stimulus of the workout.
Yeah.
Whether it's a short one or a long one. There's no like time frame. All right, today's workout's going to be half an hour. Tomorrow's going to be half an hour. It's always different. They're just constantly varied. Go back to what CrossFit is. It's in the name. No workout is pretty much the same. There is a lot of there's benchmarks, which are they're tests to see how much you progressed, but they just range. Some days it could be a 2-minute workout where you're just absolutely going for it. Some days it's like I said, half an hour, 40 minutes. Sometimes they're an hour.
How do I word this? Let's say you have to go all out straight away.
Yeah.
And you do that, or
Yeah.
you feel like you do that,
Yeah.
and then you get to the end of the workout and you get a second gear.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You kind of get a second wind and you
Yeah.
go hard again.
Yeah.
Did you really go all out at the start? Or do you think you mentally kept a little bit? The reason why I ask is because I find this with myself. Like, I'll go, I feel like I'm giving it everything I got. And then when I can see the finish line,
You go
I
harder.
find a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I must have been saving something at the start, or else I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah. I sometimes think that finishing the workout's harder than starting it. Like I get to those last couple and I'm like, or the last 100 meters on a run, and I feel like I've got concrete boots on.
Yeah.
But you definitely you definitely get that feeling where if you're going to go all out in a workout, you definitely like 110% at the start, and then you might die a little bit, or you plateau a little bit. But then when those last couple of reps, the last 10 seconds, you find that extra gear. I don't think it's got anything to do with not giving 100% at the start. You just know that if you're doing a workout for reps or for time, that when it's at the end of the workout, like you want to get it done the quickest time, or you want to get the most reps. Yeah.
When you're recording your own workouts, I notice they'll have a timer on them.
Yep.
Is that so you can track it for yourself?
Yeah.
Or
So most of the workouts some are for time. So yesterday's one was for time.
Yeah.
There was a time cap on it. I just put the timer on because I was comparing it to last week's workout. So we're doing the same workout.
Yeah, great.
Just to see the progression of it. Some workouts might be every 3 minutes for 5 rounds. You've got to complete a certain amount of reps. Some workouts are a bit different, where it might be an AMRAP, so as many rounds or reps as possible in 20 minutes. But I like to see how long it takes me to do certain movements when I'm fresh, or when I'm under fatigue, or when I'm absolutely cooked. I think that's pretty important. Like if you know you can do 100 double unders in a minute when you're fresh, and if you know you can do them when you're fatigued, you know that if a workout comes up and you've got to do multiple sets of 100 double unders, you know you've got a minute for that movement.
Yes.
So that's the main reason. Like I like to record or have the timer there on my videos. It's in the app as well, but I like to see how fast I'm going. If I need to move faster on a certain movement, or if I need to take longer on a certain movement, that's why I like looking at the clock there. Yeah.
Yeah, I love what you brought up about the progression. But that would help you stay motivated as well.
Yeah.
Like, how much fitter are you now than you were 2 years ago?
I thought I was fit
Yeah.
when I was playing football, and nothing.
Yeah.
Like even now, like I still say, like people say, oh, you're pretty fit. I'm like, no, I'm not really. I still think there's a next level to go. But yeah,
But it's slow progress now.
very slow now.
How do you stay motivated?
I just like the hurt, man.
Yeah.
I just like
Do you feel like you're obsessed?
big time. Yeah. I think anyone can just tell, like, I'm 100% obsessed.
Is there anything, obviously outside your family,
Yeah.
that you're passionate about outside of CrossFit?
I love sport. Anything to do with sport, pretty much. I'm pretty passionate about. It's water skiing, love being in the water, camping, that sort of stuff.
Was there a big emphasis on fitness when you were growing up?
Not so much fitness. There was in sport. I was always playing football, playing basketball, doing my best in the rep teams in both sports. I was always involved in doing something sporty. Like I was always doing sport. It wasn't so much just for fitness or staying healthy or whatever, moving as a child, but I definitely am happy that I played sport all through my life so far. I thought that when I was younger, I wanted to do something like outdoors to do with fitness. I'm still yet trying to hopefully find my path in doing that, like full time, but not so much in the fitness world. It was just mainly just playing sport,
Mm-hmm.
just playing. Like had nothing to do with like staying fit or anything like that. I just love sport. I always loved it. Yeah.
And your folks did?
Hey.
Your folks loved sport?
I don't think they liked driving me around everywhere they had to drive me,
Yeah.
but they definitely loved like seeing me play. Yeah, for sure.
That's great.
Yeah.
You nicknamed your garage the Pain Cave.
Yeah.
You should have called it the Garage of Gains, man.
I should have.
How did you deck that out?
How did I deck it out?
Yeah, mostly with NC equipment.
I've got some NC plates. I've just received my barbell, which you probably know. Like, if you're ordering any gym equipment in this time, like it's going to take months.
Yeah.
So I ordered a GHD and I ordered a barbell in May, and I received them like 3 weeks ago. So I got a Chasing Better barbell, which is unbelievable. So I don't really have like much equipment in regards to like weights and that sort of stuff, but yeah, just your NC plates, barbell, GHD. My dad and I, we made a squat rack and a pull-up bar in one.
How much that cost?
Nothing.
Yeah.
$30 for the pull-up bar. That's it. He works at Furphy, so he just had some material, old scrap material, and whacked that together. And then probably a month ago we built one. We concreted it in the ground. So that's a pull-up bar. It's got a rope on it for rope climbing. It's got gymnastic rings for like ring muscle-ups, that sort of stuff. So most of my stuff, it's been pretty much handmade. Yeah. I bought a couple little bits and pieces here and there when I try and have a look around in the shops to see if there's like a dumbbell or something like that I've been able to pick up, or some lighter kettlebells. But I've just slowly just built up my own little spot where I can just get what I need to get it done.
What do you think the essential bits are for somebody, if you're going to recommend them?
To work out for CrossFit? Or just work out?
Just work out.
Just to get some movement?
Yeah.
I would definitely say get a skipping rope. And maybe just a couple of kettlebells. Like you can go to like Big W or something like that and pick up a kettlebell for $40. That's definitely going to get your heart rate up and get a sweat on. But if you don't have any equipment, you're still going to be able to get a good sweat on. Like, that's probably one of the best things that is with CrossFit, that you can do workouts just completely body weight.
Yeah.
If you've got a chair, you can do dips on a chair or push-ups on a chair.
Do you think that you could give the Origin members a quick home workout right now?
Right now? So you could go 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 air squats and burpees.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
See,
that's great. I like that.
The thing with that is you could go, all right, well, if that's too many reps, you could go 50, 30, 10.
Yeah.
And do those reps. Or you could even just split it in half. So that's one of the great things about CrossFit. You can either cut the reps in half, you can quarter them, you can half it. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just get a sweat on, man. That's all.
Yeah, the CrossFit workout that I did, it was versus the clock.
Yeah.
and nobody got it done.
No.
But
No.
like, it wasn't a bad thing. Everyone was just like, oh, like that was
Yeah.
rough. Like,
Yeah, I
we
think
didn't get it done.
I think when you go to a comp, they're looking to hurt you.
Yeah.
not in a bad way, but they're definitely looking to create some pain.
Yeah.
And they don't really let you beat the clock very rarely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they do, but
Yeah. If you're outside of training, looking for hurt is the normal. Like,
Yeah.
if you are in the gym, like, I think eventually you're going to start looking for that.
yeah.
So for the people at home who don't understand,
Yeah.
it's not weird that Jeremy wants to be hurt.
No, not at all. Not at all. I definitely look to find that hurt, that's for sure. Yeah.
What's one of the toughest workouts you've done?
I done a partner comp with a good friend, Celinda, last year in Bendigo. It was the final workout. It was, I'm pretty sure it was 5 rounds each. It was every minute on the minute, so you would swap minutes, so I would go and then you would go. It was 10 overhead squats, and then it was max bar face and burpees. And being the final workout, and we knew that the people that were coming second in the comp weren't far behind us in points, you just had to hold on. And it was holding on, like you're trying to get the overhead squats done as quick as possible to get into those burpees. But physically and then mentally, like to hold on and push, it was just like, it was crazy. Like that was a really hard workout. I think there's a lot of workouts, some are physically hard, but most you find it mentally.
So that one was specifically hard because
You just had to hold on and go. Like,
yeah, and you didn't want to lose.
Didn't want to lose. They're in the same heat, so you don't know what they've scored. So they're going in at exactly the same time as you.
Yeah.
So we might have been like 5 points apart, and knowing that you just had to, every single round, every time it was your time to go, you just had to hold on, and you got everyone just yelling at you, telling you to hurry up and telling you to go and squat faster and get over that bar faster. It was just a crazy workout. It was just...
How did you feel when it was over?
Relieved. It was... I laid on the ground for a long time. I rolled off the floor because there was another heat after us.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do any more. That's for sure. It was just an awesome feeling though. Like you get a feeling of relief, but you also get a feeling of like I've done enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. It varies. Depends on the workout. But that day I was
Giving it everything.
yeah, that workout. I like burpees. I like bar facing burpees. I believe I can go fairly quick.
Yeah, I've seen.
But I was thinking this is a good workout, and I just have to hold on.
In hindsight, do you feel like you could have given more?
In the early rounds, yes. Maybe round 1 and 2, yeah. But those last couple of rounds, no way. Like there was no way I was getting any more. There was no way. I was not moving.
That's awesome, man. What's your end goal with all your training?
I'm just looking to improve myself more than yesterday or more than now for tomorrow. I don't really have it'd be nice to progress to the next stage or enter into a comp where you get some pretty good recognition, that sort of thing. But there's a lot of guys out there that are lifting big numbers, they're moving fast. I've been doing it a lot longer than I have, but it'd be pretty cool to progress. I think every CrossFitter jokes around at going to the games, but I think that if you think about it for long enough, or I guess believe it, it might not get to that stage, but the stage before it might be. That would be nice. I like staying positive, and I like to be confident about it. It probably won't happen, but I always like to tell myself just do it. You can do it. Just to keep going.
The strongest human emotion is belief.
Mm.
And as long as you don't, like, if you can speak it into reality.
Yeah.
And even if you don't get it, you're going to be a lot closer than you are now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really have like an end goal of where I really want to be. I just like to keep moving, keep doing what I'm doing. There's no specific place where really I want to be. I mean, like, I'd like to have my own place, my own gym, maybe one day.
Yeah.
But at the moment, like, I'm just happy just doing what I'm doing in the direction that I'm going, staying healthy, staying fit, trying to,
Be a better version of yourself.
Yeah.
Everyone should aim for that.
Yeah.
Be better than who you were yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking to do.
Can you tell me your vision of your own place? What is it like when you walk in?
My gym?
Yeah.
Wow. I'd like it to be. I want you to walk in and not think that you're there to, like, when you walk in, you should be able to feel like you're not there because you just got to be there. Like, it's somewhere you want to come, hang out, have fun, but also, like, endure some pain. Not so much bright, but, like, I wouldn't want to walk into it and be feeling like it's a dark place, somewhere where I've got to go and just, like, slog it out. But I think just an environment that's welcoming, happy, somewhere that you enjoy coming every day. I believe that you do that at your gym when it's open, when it's allowed to be open. You want to be able to come to somewhere where you enjoy going and where you want to go. You don't want to wake up and go, oh, I've got to go to the gym today.
Yes.
So I wouldn't want to create something like that. I want to create something that I wake up and I go, damn, I can't wait to go see Jez at the gym. Can't wait to get hurt. Can't wait to work out. Can't wait to sweat.
Yeah.
And then once you've finished your workout, you can stay and hang around.
Man, you're making me feel like I need to do that second CrossFit workout at your gym.
Definitely. You're coming. When it's open one day, you're coming.
100%. Who motivates you? Let's start with just in the CrossFit world. Who do you look up to? Who gets you pumped up?
There's a lot of athletes out there that I kind of look at. I don't follow everyone. Obviously, if you follow everyone on social media, well, you're going to have a lot to look at. But I just follow a handful of probably more rookies than the actual, like, the pros that have been in the system for a long time. Just because, like, of what they've gone through and the way that they're coming up, like, they're pretty good these days. But I don't have a specific person that I sort of look at and go, yeah, like, I want to be like them. Obviously, there's a few guys out there that have got unreal figures that I'd like to have, but I get some of my motivation from, have you heard of Cam Haynes? He's a bow hunter.
No.
So he's pretty crazy. He for a period of time was running a marathon a day, working a full-time job, getting some reps in, bow hunting at night, just repeating that. So I get some motivation from him. Just a couple of other blokes that like to just really, really get hurt. And I just look at them and I think, like, that's no reason why I work out so much, but they've got families, they've got full-time jobs, they're doing what they need to do to stay fit and healthy. I've got time in the morning that I can wake up. Like, if I start at 6 o'clock, I train from 4 till 5.
Yeah.
Not so much if I start at 5 o'clock, I'm not getting up at 3, but there's always some time that you can be doing something. I definitely find that they probably motivate me a little bit more. I think that there's, like, sometimes when I'm a bit down, a bit flat before I work out, I might chuck some CrossFit on. It doesn't matter who it is. Like, I don't care who I'm watching. If I'm watching CrossFit, like, I'm going to get pretty amped.
Yeah.
So there's not someone that I just watch just to get going. It's just the sport. Like, if I'm watching anyone do it, even if it's not at the professional level. Like I could be watching someone just doing a workout,
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right, let's go. Yeah, it's
that appreciation for intensity.
Yeah.
You can't not respect that because you know how hard it is yourself.
Yeah. What about you?
Who inspires me?
Yeah. When you go in to do a session, is there anyone you watch before you do a workout or listen to?
I guess they don't motivate me on a high level, but
Yeah.
all you normal people, I'll usually listen to a motivational pump up mix before I train or while I'm training. So like David Goggins,
for sure,
Inky Johnson, like just people who are just crazy. Yeah, and I just want to whisper in my ear, like, don't be a little bitch. What about locally? Who inspires you?
There's a good mate of mine named Dan Forge. You know who he is?
I've met him,
Yeah, so what he went through a year or two ago, it was pretty unbelievable. I definitely look at what he's done and what he had to go through in that period, and within the 12 months that he come out of his operation to where he got to, we done a comp in Ballarat, so stomping ground for you. With what he went through and what he was told to what he done with me in this comp, or just in everyday life, being able to walk again or balance again or smile again, it's just unbelievable. So I think about him quite a lot. Yeah, that's definitely something that's very inspirational with what he went through.
Would Dan mind if you elaborated on his story?
I'm sure he wouldn't. I definitely think it's probably better coming from him, but...
you leave it at that. I'll drag him in here.
Yeah, I definitely think having a chat to him about what he went through mentally, physically, emotionally with what happened, it's pretty amazing. You might know a little bit about the story, but he had a tumour, got it removed. Wasn't told at the time, like if it was a bad tumor, or you can't have a good tumor, but just was told, like after tests, was told it was not a cancerous one, which is always positive, but you still, like once you find out you've got something like that, your mentality would just decline dramatically.
Yes.
You can do the hardest workout ever and not feel that emotion or feel that pain that someone was told. You wouldn't feel that. So with what he's accomplished and to fight back to where he is now, it's just crazy. It's unbelievable. And that definitely inspires me every day. Yeah, awesome dude too. Loves it.
That's great. I would love to have a chat to him.
Yeah,
so I might
definitely get him in. I think he's meant to be doing a comp with me. It was meant to be this year.
Yeah.
It's been postponed, obviously, with what's going on. I hit him up last week. I said, mate, they've postponed that comp till next year. I hope you're ready. And he goes, give me till Christmas. I'll see how I'm going. So, 4G, if you're listening to this, mate, you're doing it. You've got no choice now.
Beautiful. Thank you for coming in, Jerry.
Thank you very much.